Adolescence series introduced millions of people to an extraordinary true story, but the real events were even more incredible than anything the show could portray. At its core, the series draws inspiration from a startling reality: the UK's rise in knife-related crimes among juveniles. This alarming statistic captivated the creators and served as a catalyst for exploring the complex landscape of modern adolescence laws, framed by the tragic narratives of young lives caught in a cycle of violence. Today, we unravel the connection between juvenile delinquency and the evolving legal frameworks designed to protect and guide our youth. The Adolescence series, which premiered on Netflix in 2025, captivated audiences with its raw and emotional storytelling. It skillfully depicted the harsh realities of youth navigating a world plagued by violence, particularly through the lens of knife crime in the UK. Millions tuned in, drawn by its gripping narratives and the real-life events that inspired its creation. The series tackled complex issues such as online bullying, incel culture, and the growing epidemic of juvenile violence, resonating with viewers who recognize the urgent need for conversations about adolescent behavior and societal responsibility. Co-creator Stephen Graham was deeply affected by a series of tragic news stories involving young boys and knife crimes, which became the emotional backbone of the show. He wanted to shed light on the societal issues surrounding these violent incidents and their impact on families. The film's continuous filming style added to the immersive experience, drawing viewers into the lives of its characters and the grim circumstances they faced. While the show's narrative is compelling, the foundation it rests upon, real-life events that shaped juvenile delinquency laws, is even more remarkable. To truly understand the genesis of this series, we must look at the background of juvenile delinquency and its historical context within the UK. The World Health Organization defines adolescence as the period from ages 10 to 19, a transitional phase marked by significant physical and psychological development. However, definitions of adolescence can vary, with some scholars extending this phase to as late as 30. The onset of puberty typically begins around ages 10 to 11 for girls and 11 to 12 for boys, setting the stage for a tumultuous journey into adulthood. Historically, the late 20th and early 21st centuries witnessed a troubling rise in juvenile crime rates in the UK, particularly knife-related offenses. Reports of young offenders engaging in violent acts spurred public concern, leading to an increase in media coverage and societal debate about the underlying causes of such behaviors. Stephen Graham's emotional response to these stories reflects a broader societal reckoning with the challenges facing today's youth. The real events that inspired the series are intertwined with these historical developments. The tragic stabbing of a young girl by a boy drew national attention and served as a catalyst for discussions about juvenile justice. These incidents ignited debates about the effectiveness of existing laws and the need for reforms to address the root causes of juvenile delinquency. As the show portrays, the emotional toll on families and communities is profound, highlighting the urgent need for a compassionate yet firm approach to youth crime. Adolescence series captures key moments that mirror the real-life incidents that inspired it. The series opens with a heartbreaking scene that echoes the tragic news stories that so affected Graham. The emotional weight of these narratives is palpable, serving as a reminder of the human cost of juvenile violence. The film explores the lives of the characters with an authenticity that resonates with viewers, emphasizing the complexity of their experiences and the societal factors that contribute to their actions. Evident in the show's portrayal of online bullying and its connection to real-life violence. Adolescents today face unprecedented challenges, with social media acting as both a platform for connection and a breeding ground for harassment. This duality is effectively reflected in the series, where characters navigate the treacherous waters of digital interactions that can lead to devastating consequences. The filming style of the series enhances its emotional impact. By immersing viewers in a real-time experience, it allows for a visceral understanding of the characters' struggles. Unlike typical crime narratives, Adolescence series offers no neat resolution. Instead, it reflects the ongoing nature of these societal issues, leaving audiences with lingering questions about the future of juvenile justice and the lives affected by it. As we dissect the shocking realities behind juvenile delinquency, it becomes clear that several remarkable details surpass what the series captures. For instance, the rise in knife crime in the UK is not just a statistic, but part of a broader phenomenon influenced by socioeconomic factors, mental health issues, and the availability of weapons. The statistics reveal that between 2014 and 2020, there was a staggering 40% increase in knife crime incidents among young people, highlighting the urgency of addressing this crisis. Moreover, the impact of online bullying on youth mental health is profound. Research indicates that victims of cyberbullying are at a significantly higher risk for depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts. This unsettling reality is poignantly illustrated in the series, yet the depth of this issue extends far beyond the screen. In 2022 alone, over 60% of adolescents reported experiencing some form of online harassment, emphasizing the need for comprehensive strategies to combat this modern epidemic. Additionally, the series touches on the challenges of mental health support for adolescents. Data from the National Health Service indicates that 1 in 6 children aged 5 to 16 in England experienced a mental health disorder in 2020. This alarming statistic underscores the necessity of integrating mental health services within the juvenile justice system, an issue that the series subtly advocates for through its narrative. When comparing the real story with the portrayal in the film, it's essential to recognize that the series compresses events spanning several years into a shorter runtime. Many significant moments were left out to fit the story, which could have provided a more comprehensive understanding of the complexities involved. Some characters in the series are composites of multiple real people, simplifying the intricate web of relationships that exist in real life. Dialogue in the show was crafted by screenwriters to capture the essence of the emotional turmoil experienced, though these exact words were never spoken by the real individuals. Adolescence series may have taken creative liberties, but it captures the spirit of the real story. The real events surrounding juvenile delinquency and its impact on modern laws were just as fascinating, if not more so, than the screen version. Following the show's timeline, we see the consequences unfold, shaping the lives of the characters and the communities around them. In the aftermath of the events depicted in the series, the conversation surrounding juvenile laws is more critical than ever. As public awareness increases, so does the call for reforms that address not only the punitive aspects of juvenile justice, but also the underlying causes of delinquency. Today, many advocates are pushing for policies that emphasize rehabilitation and support rather than punishment, recognizing that the future of our youth is at stake. The real people involved in these stories have often faced lifelong repercussions. Families affected by violence continue to grapple with the emotional scars left behind, while young offenders struggle to reintegrate into society. Programs focused on mentorship and mental health support have emerged, aiming to break the cycle of violence and provide a brighter future for at-risk youth. As we reflect on the real stories behind the series, we are left with a haunting question. How can society cultivate a safer environment for our youth, while addressing the root causes of violence? What legislative changes will emerge from the ongoing dialogue surrounding juvenile delinquency? Follow Dark Crime Decoded for more real stories behind your favorite crime series, as we continue to explore the intersection of fiction and reality in the world of true crime.